and welcome back to yet another episode of Pork Puck Hockey, where we talk hockey and only hockey. I'm your host, JBACS, and we're here for another episode, and we got a long injury report to start the show off today. Some good news in here too, some bad news, lots of stuff to talk about since my last epi, and we're going to start it right off by getting into that injury report. The Nashville Predators, D-man Ryan Ellis, he's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks with an upper body injury. And that's tough for them. They're struggling as of late. And losing a guy like Ryan Ellis for injury is not easy. Team needs help. And they're going to struggle because Matt Duchene's also going to be out with a lower body injury for 3 to 5 weeks, it looks like. He's not done much for them this year, though, so not a huge loss on that front. But still, when you lose one of your star forwards, even though he's not producing, it still hurts, and you got to bring up some replacements. The Arizona Coyotes are going to be without their stud goaltender, Darcy Kuemper. He's got a lower body injury right now, and it's been an interesting year for the injuries. Lots of teams losing lots of players, and no different here for Arizona and Nashville. Chicago, the Blackhawks, they're hot right now, as you'll see when we get to the standings later in the episode, but they're going to be without Strome, who's battling a concussion lately, and it's official they will not have Brent Seabrook either. He has decided to hang up the skates due to injuries, but he had a great career, won a couple cups, good hockey player all around, but tough to see injuries affecting careers, not just season to season. There's been a lot of day-to-day injuries as well. People just feeling some ailments and having a tough go out there and not being able to make it out on the ice. So another tough season for injuries. And COVID also playing a fact. Crosby had to sit out a game or two due to COVID symptoms. So it's not just normal injuries now. We're also dealing with the pandemic injuries. So we'll see how things play out with that field. We got some sad news. The true hockey dad, Walter Gretzky, has passed away at 82 years old. He was the father, obviously, of Wayne Gretzky, but very big into the Canadian hockey community from what I could tell. Unfortunately, he has passed away, as I said. A lot of memories from teams he's been involved with, obviously Wayne and the Gretzky family. So thoughts and prayers out to them. All right, we got a little bit of some suspension news here. 2 suspensions. Alex Chiasson of the Oilers was suspended 1 game after a nasty cross-check, and it probably should have gotten more than 1 game for that, but Player Safety Board is an interesting one. Mainly get repeat offenders more games, but if there's intent to injury, I feel like it should be more than 1 game anymore. Tom Wilson, suspended 7 games for a hit on Brandon Carlo of the Bruins. Carlo was sent to the hospital. I forget exactly what they came up with on his injury, but Wilson definitely sandwiched his Carlo's head into the boards, so I was thinking 5 games, but being Wilson's repeat offense here, and it's just how he plays hockey, unfortunately. And as a Caps fan, I'm not a huge fan of how Wilson plays. I think he should be punished for the way he plays. He needs to learn to not hit people in the head. I mean, head injuries are very scary, so something to keep an eye on. The Bruins Capitals series this past week was very intense, as Ovechkin also got involved in a fine for $5,000, he speared Bruins forward Trent Frederick in the south of the Belt region. They were going at it with each other and pushing and shoving, and Ovi gave him the old stick to the groin. So he definitely deserved a fine. Bruins fans weren't too happy about it, so yeah. Let's get on to some lighter side of hockey here with some good news. Andrei Vasilevsky seems to be back to himself as he had 3 straight shutouts. My man is on fire. Lots of hockey and no goals let in. Very, very not surprising, if you will, as Vasilevsky is continued day and day as a Vezina candidate. And he continues to keep the Tampa Bay Lightning moving forward here. Congrats to Mr. Patrick Kane. Patty Kane scored his 400th goal, and he's going to score quite a few more, I'd assume. Great United States hockey player there, and trying to keep the Blackhawks ship in the right direction here as they're pretty hot. Good stuff. Congratulations to Keith Yandle, defenseman, Florida Panthers. He's played in 1,000 career hockey games, and I'm very happy to see him get his 1,000th game played, as he's a pretty known defenseman in the hockey world and one of those guys you kind of look up to. Very reputable guy, never seems to get in fights too often. You never hear anything bad about him. He's just an all-around good goaltender, good defenseman. All right, next up we're going to talk about the Stars goaltender here, Jake Ettinger. He gets his first goose egg, first shutout of his career. He's been pretty good, fairly young guy, and playing well since Ben Bishop's been out with injury for a while. They hope to get Bishop back, and then they'll have a 3-headed monster there in net. And hopefully that can get them out of the basement right now that they're sitting in. They were in the Stanley Cup last year and kind of fell off. Trevor Zegras. You may have heard of him in the United States World Juniors tournament. I talked about him on an episode before as he got his debut. Well, he's got his first NHL point, and many to come. He's going to have plenty of assists in this league, if not goals. He is just shifty with that puck and goes out there and puts people's jock straps up in the rafters. He's a good player all around, very young, but still got a lot to learn and just going to improve on his career. Congratulations to Justin Schultz, defenseman of the Washington Capitals. Played in 500 career games, most of those spent with the Pittsburgh Penguins. Cool stuff to see all these guys reaching milestones this year in a shortened season. The Penguins news. Mark Friedman, he gets his first NHL goal with the club. Another young guy trying to make a name for himself, finally scored his first goal. Awesome to see. Washington Capitals, Nicklas Backstrom. He's got 700 apples. 700 assists for my man, Nicklas Backstrom. Looking to continue his pretty good career and get a few more assists added to that number and maybe hit 1,000. Who knows? And we got a coach replacement here out in Calgary. Geoff Ward has been fired and been replaced by Daryl Sutter. I'm not sure how you say that one. That's like Peterson-Pedersen debate. Some people say Suter, some people say Sutter. Depends on, I guess, where you're from. So congrats to Daryl on getting hired. He's going to hopefully get the Calgary Flames on the right track here. All right, let's go to the stats and standings, and I'll give you my rundown. We'll hit you with the stats here. Connor McDavid, no change, still leading the way, 45 points. Patty Kane, 38. Draisaitl, 37. Mitchie Marner, 34. Scheifele, 33. Our NHL goal leaders are still being led by Austin Matthews, 18. McDavid, 15. Tyler Toffoli, 15. Alex DeBrincat, 14. Vincent Trocheck, that's a new name on that list with 13 goals. And Chris Kreider with 13. Brock Besser with 13. Logan Couture, 13. Dustin Brown, 13. A lot of 13 goal scorers right now. Assists leaders, we got Connor McDavid with 30, Patty Kane, 27, Leon Draisaitl, 26, Marner, 24, and Anze Kopitar, 24. Goalies, Peter Mrazek playing really well, still .99 GAA, Jack Campbell 1.33, Marc-Andre Fleury 1.57, and Vasilevsky 1.73. Save percentage, Mrazek .955, Jack Campbell 951, Fleury 943, and Vazzy 939. Shutout leaders, Mr. Marc-Andre Fleury 4, Philip Grubauer 3, Johnny Gibson 3, Andrei Vasilevsky 3, Semyon Varlamov 3. So that's how the goalies are looking these days. Rookies, Kirill Kaprizov with 19 points, Stützle 15, Josh Norris 15, Pierre Suter 13, Niels Höglander 11. Goals leaders, Pierre Suter with 8, Kirill Kaprizov with 6, Gabriel Velarde with 6, and Philip Kurashev with 6, Tim Stützle with 6. Assist leader, Kaprizov, Norris, Stützle, Ty Smith, and Mikey Anderson, respectively. Now let's take a look at the standings. In the North Division, Toronto's got 38 points, Edmonton 32, Winnipeg 31, Montreal 29. So pretty good top four there. Central, Tampa Bay 36, Carolina 35, Florida 34, Chicago 31. A very tight race there in the Central. And even Columbus chomping at the bit with 25. The East, the Islanders lead the way, 34, with the Capitals right behind them at 32, the Boston Bruins 29, the Pittsburgh Penguins 29, and the Philadelphia Flyers 27. Out west, we got the Vegas Golden Knights leading the way with 33 points, St. Louis with 32, Minnesota 29, and Colorado right there at 28. Arizona, they're making a climb with 27 points. So that's all I got for you, folks. I want to give thanks to my sponsors, the musical talents of Sun Reaver, Voidmaster, and the man behind the music, Nate Dunn. And we'd like to give a shout out to the Scents of Pork Puck Hockey, Gently Poured Candles. If you want to go check them out, their Instagram links are below. JBACS out. We'll see you next time.